do you know how healthy I am? I'm currently balancing the camera behind, no, in front of an orange. Believe it or not. But how I eat healthy. It's quite simple, really. It just makes you feel a lot better. Of course, I have cheat meals here and there. I really still want to enjoy eating food and eat what I like, but that also, mixes with the training. I don't gain that much weight because I also go to the gym. But yeah, it's quite simple, and trying to experiment with different foods, healthy kind of foods, makes it a bit more fun. Now I'm going to have, tacos, and then I'm going to experiment with a bunch of other healthy sort of vegetables and stuff. That makes it a lot easier to make something. It doesn't necessarily need to be that good, but it makes it more fun. And I kind of realized that when you make pretty simple, and I'm a guy, it's also how I am, that makes it a lot easier because I can just eat a lot of healthy foods for a long period, so it's not that difficult. But yeah, we'll see how that goes, but I think I'll enjoy it either way. And it's quite, when I just yeah, I'm taking it more serious, when it comes to taking care of your body, and eating good food does that. So it's quite simple. And what I was going to say not too long ago here, it's a bit cheaper actually eating. It depends though, but I've eaten oranges. You get more for your buck, whatever it's called. I buy oranges, I buy vegetables and stuff, and I still don't use that much money. And I still am enjoying the foods. I still am able to be quite full, and I'm still able to get all the nutrients. Because the unhealthy foods cost just as much or more, or a bit under actually, but they have a lot of bad stuff. And whenever I eat, a lot of bad stuff, I feel like shit after. But probably tomorrow I'm going to go out with my friends. We're gonna have some fun, and then I'm going to probably have a cheat meal there. I had one last week, but it all is also about how you want to pursue it. You can still eat unhealthy and still lose weight. You're just not going to take care of your body that good. Because if you eat unhealthy, you're not going to have that much nutrients and stuff while, losing weight. But if you want to have good nutrients and lose weight, you can eat actually a lot. So, 2,000 calories. Let's say you're going to go for 2,000 calories losing weight. There's very little calories in, cucumber, tomatoes, I think. Don't quote me, but also other stuff. So it's easier. But also, like, I'm going to have tacos with those tortillas. They're not necessarily healthy, but they're not that bad either. And I just want to also make sure I'm not that kind of serious, maybe a bit, but not that serious when it comes to like chemicals that you're eating and all those stuff. I think when there was a period where was kind of like that, and life was just shit. It was not fun at all. When you're also thinking about, chemicals when you're touching plastic, like your life isn't fun if you're thinking about that constantly. It's just so fucking boring. It's just so boring and stupid from my point of view. It's just insane. Everybody else are just, what the fuck? Like, so when I'm at a party, I'm eating the desserts, eating the cake, whatever, right? You have to be able to enjoy yourself. And if that is eating healthy foods, do it. But in my opinion, in my sort of thing, in my sort of plan, is that I'm want to eat cake in sort of different scenarios. Alcohol is always a no-go. That is one thing I never do. But other stuff I maybe really like sugary candy. I don't eat at all. I eat when I don't eat sugary candy, but I eat chocolate when when I've decided for having a chocolate night. I always, the one, snack candy, whatever, is chocolate. If not, potato chips, but I don't eat too much of those, or some sort of chips, whatever. That is like the two things I actually eat, nothing else. Maybe if I'm like at a movie or something, I'll buy, some sort of sweetish candy. But other than that, it's not that big of a deal. Jesus. If you're eating healthy consistently and you're training consistently and you're worried that, taking a cheat meal here and there will destroy you or make you so bad, go for it. But it doesn't sound like fun to me. But you can do as you like, of course. But like, if you're worried, just try it and then see. You're not going to lose a day or a year eating a sausage or a burger or whatever. Okay, just no. But that it's a problem when it comes to consistent, right? So yeah, try do your own thing. Do what works for you. But there's are some basic principles, right, to it. And the reason why I can eat that much and eat a lot and still not be, I still have very little. I don't really want to be doing this, and so it looks bad, but still have some goodish. I want to be lean, still have some fat on me because that's healthy. Being too lean is not healthy, and it's not, in the long run, not productive. That is quite difficult to maintain. So what was I going to say? But yeah, it's ultimately about doing what works for you, but making sure that you do eat healthy. On top of eating this stuff, I also take multivitamins, fish oil, zinc, vitamin D. Zinc and vitamin D may be quite useful here in Norway because we have not a lot of sun. Vitamin C is the oranges, so I don't do that. Zinc, I don't really know, it's just stupid by me. But multivitamins, fish oil, and vitamin D are quite important. I take magnesium at night, and I have started ashwagandha. I'm going to do it 2 months and then see how that goes. But yeah, if you feel like trash by the way you're eating, you're doing something wrong perhaps, and changing your sort of value or routine will be shitty at first. You just have to remember that the food won't taste that great. But I think when you've eaten consistently healthy, your body appreciate it more, and it just tastes better. You know, I'm every time I'm looking forward for dessert after my dinner, which is an orange, and it tastes amazing. Like it's incredible. I never get sick or tired. Maybe of peeling the oranges, but you know the taste in itself amazing. You know, just a cucumber, tomato, some I don't know what it's called, like bean roots or whatever. Like incredible, amazing. It tastes so well. And also I've also tried to eat more healthy because also of my skin, but there are things you can't change really that much, and I assume that this is maybe from consuming too much dairy. I don't know if that's true, but you know, milk products, it um, can you know to some people activate a bit more acne or pimples or whatever, but it depends on the person, I think. And you know, it may also be hormones. This thing or where your pimples are, I don't think it really matters or can tell you anything, except that it's pimples and it's normal. It's completely normal and it's fine having pimples. It may look like that it's not that many people that have it because you watch TV shows, stuff where people CGI or makeup and try to get it away because they want as clean, as satisfying looks as possible, but it's super normal. So yeah, this is I am able to live with that. And you know, tired eyes, and this may be just genetics, really, hormones, but this is definitely genetics because, or not definitely, but I'm pretty sure because I've gotten 8 hours sleep every single day. Perhaps I have to make it 9, but 8 hours of sleep and I still have those. So yeah, or maybe I'm not having a good enough routine. Who knows? But eating healthy and sort of taking care of your body and stuff, it's supposed to be like a long thing. If you know what I mean. I just got a email from something very exciting, so you can be here to watch my live reaction of it. And it's my application for something. Let's see here. Okay, so I got. Okay, it didn't work. Unfortunately, we have to tell you that we are not offering you a place. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I didn't really expect it to be that incredible, but yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks, but yeah, the threshold or the standard in this sort of university, it's an acting bachelor in acting, and yeah, the standard here is quite big. So yeah, you know, the dream of actually getting in is a lot better than getting the news. Yeah, yeah, that sucks, but it's a I answered, and I wasn't fit for it, so that's totally fine. It just sucks, you know. And you know, 600 people apply for this. 90 apply. 90 people gets to the next round, and I think the third trial, only 10 people get in. So it's quite serious. 600 registered applications, 90 got through to the second trial. And if you watched my application and videos, you would probably not got me through either. So yeah, that sucks. But now I know I did something right, but also I know to do something else next time. And you know, I also have to sort of say that the best of the best, a lot of the best actors in Norway didn't get the first try in this. So there's there's not a surprise really. So yeah, I think I'll end it here. Go to make some food and then cry my eyes out. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, hope you had a good day. Hope you will have a good day. I wish you the best. As always, have a laugh, have a smile, and be kind. The title, and I will see you tomorrow. The title for today will be Eating Healthy. Take care and goodbye.